So we put this video together just for you. I want to go through some of the questions that we get asked most often. Here's number one. Bridget, what do you think the breed is that we use most often?
So in the service dog industry, there's this concept called the Big Three, and that is Golden Retrievers, Labrador Retrievers, and Poodles. They fit the mold of being a service dog extremely well, but we don't exclude any breeds here. So our program is based on the individual dog. If they happen to have that breed in them, it might make them a little bit more likely to succeed in the program than if they didn't. But yeah, we really look at the individuality of the dog over the breed.
What makes a dog eligible to be trained as a service dog?
Yeah, so when we go to a shelter and we're assessing dogs, we have some eligibility requirements. So they have to be a certain age, certain height, certain weight, right? So when you get into the actual assessment and we're in a room with a dog, we're looking at a variety of components of their behavior and temperament. And so we're looking to see how patient they are. We're looking to see how tolerant they are and how confident they are as well. So we have a lot of little exercises that we do to test all of these qualities. So then when you're looking at their temperament, they also have to be okay with other dogs. You know, they have to be okay with other animals. And that's why we have Dragon here.
Yeah.
We have Dragon, an office cat, to help us with that. But they also have to be okay with horses and goats and pigs and other livestock. And they eventually will be trained well enough to be able to go to a zoo. So they just have to know how to act around other animals. So when we're looking at that, we're really looking at their social skills when they play in a group to make sure that they're a safe play partner. So when we have them in play groups in our backyard, that we know that they're not going to cause problems and they're going to be playing safe.
How long is Dogs for Our Braves training program?
It's typical for dogs to be in the training program for about 18 months. They can sometimes be here as long as 2 years if needed. It depends on the age in which they start, but each dog gets about 240 hours of the technical kind of training, and then they get minimally 60 hours of public exposure as well. You can squeeze that into 6 months. It just puts a lot of pressure on the dog. We prefer to take the pace of the dog and adapt to their learning style rather than, you know, putting a square peg in a round hole.
Yeah, and I think also because we rescue dogs. So, you know, they're gonna come with that backstory, and you guys are so good about taking your time and allowing them to acclimate to the training center and the staff, and then going from there into the training and not rushing anything.
So we get the critique, I would say, that
critique?
you know, it's not fair to make these dogs work all the time, right? It's not ethical to never let them have fun. And we just want to clear the air right now that our dogs have plenty of fun.
They have recess.
They have recess every single day, multiple times a day. And then when they are with their veteran, they do get time off. So we usually say like 9 to 5-ish is kind of like what humans do. Even if you don't go anywhere that day, if you are just at home, keep the vest on. It's still working time. And then, you know, you have your downtime in the evening, just like you would with your family.
It is a joy to be here at the training center, to watch how happy they are, how much joy that they're getting when they're working, and how much joy they get when they have time to go play too.
Yeah.
So it's been really interesting. So what happens when we bring a dog into the program and they don't want to work?
Yeah, it happens. We go through a very thorough assessment to make sure that we're bringing on the right type of dogs. They fit the bill to be a service dog, right? But sometimes they get in here and they can get bored and they realize that this is not the lifestyle for them, and that's okay. So when we have a dog that washes out for a variety of reasons, we just adopt them out to another lovely home.
So what type of service dogs are there?
Yeah, there's a variety. And I do want to touch on the difference between an ESA, a therapy dog, and a service dog. An ESA is an emotional support animal, which provides many benefits to a lot of individuals. That is a dog that is not fully trained to be out in public, but it still provides emotional support that handler needs.
Do you mean by the feeling of wanting to be loved or needing that companionship? Would that be an emotional support animal?
Yeah, but it's a little bit deeper than that. You know, it can dive into like anxiety, generalized anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah. So therapy dog is a dog that has one handler but serves many people. And so these are the types of dogs that you see when they go to hospitals and they visit each room and they're, making kids stays. That's a therapy dog. So what we do is service dogs, and there are psychiatric service dogs, there are mobility assisted service dogs, there are guide dogs, there are service dogs that are more scent detection based as well. And so those are the service dogs that are trained to smell for diabetes and epilepsy when you have seizures. We focus on mobility. That's our niche right now, because our mission is focused on those that have gone through service and have suffered debilitating injury or illness because of their service. They were making a choice. They went in to protect our country. They came out of it with some visible and invisible wounds. And that's the demographic that our mission really serves. And so that's what our dogs are really good at providing. If you're interested in learning more about Dogs for Our Brave or the training program, go ahead and visit our website at dflb.org.